The county's termination of another contract, the Kaleidoscope Music Festival, prompted more than 2 hours of public comment during today's Lane County Board of Commissioners meeting. KEZI 9 News reporter Nana Nguyen was there. She's now live in the newsroom with what folks had to say about the ongoing use of Emerald Meadows. Nah?
Brian, more than 40 people signed up to speak during public comment, most of which revolved around why the Kaleidoscope Music Festival should get a second chance. Lane County may have terminated the Kaleidoscope Music Festival's contract, but the fight wasn't over yet.
Festivals in other rural areas like Bonnaroo in Manchester, Tennessee, and Coachella near farms in Indio, California. These events started off with challenges, but these two festivals and dozens like them across the United States were given the opportunity to grow, to work through early concerns, and now pay off huge for the localities.
No one lives closer to the event center than my wife and I, and we raised our family there for the past 40 years. No event should be able to enter the privacy of our home with wall-shaking music.
A majority of the speakers were Kaleidoscope supporters, and while there were a few opponents, it wasn't just Kaleidoscope they were against. It was the bigger picture the board would be discussing.
Let's just kind of separate this out and not focus in on Kaleidoscope, but we're going to have this conversation with staff about Emerald Meadows. And I think we heard loud and clear that there's maybe some opportunities for Kaleidoscope, but I think the big question is whether it's at Emerald Meadows or not.
I hope the voices of the 20,000 attendees of the festival will be heard when considering the allowance of 3 days for a music festival and 362 for silence and solitude.
And while commissioners say they do hear them, whether that will change things now is still to be determined. Now, ultimately, the board decided it needed to put together a focused task force to develop criteria and review new events out at Emerald Meadows. And it was mentioned that Kaleidoscope Music Festival organizers could reapply for venue use once those new guidelines are formulated. Live in the newsroom, Nana Nguyen, KEZI 9 News.